Each of you discuss Penn State a little bit, what you perhaps saw this weekend from them, what concerns you the most. Let's start with Deontay.
They have a freshman running back who's pretty dynamic. So there's a guy we'll key on a lot throughout the game. They have great skill guys on the outside, and Geno Lewis, and they have Godwin, and then they also have the reliable Hamilton. So they got some guys that can catch the ball and make big plays. And for us, it's just winning our own one-on-one battles and making sure those deep balls that we get a little bit of hand on it. And as a defensive line, we got to get pass rush and some pressure to help our guys out. So it's going to be a good battle, and we're up for the test.
Yeah, I would just say, I mean, they're a great football team. I mean, you saw what they did last weekend, and I think the game's going to be huge up front on both sides. D-line's definitely got to get pressure on Hackenberg. He's a great quarterback, so you got to be down his neck the whole time. And then their defensive line's very strong as well. So our offensive line needs to show up and have the best game they've had all year. So I think it's definitely going to be one down in the trenches. But all around they're a great football team, and that's how they are every single year, and we know that. So we got to show up.
Yeah. In addition to that, I'd just say that they also have a lot of experience. And anytime you have guys that are experienced out there, it's going to be a tough battle. But I think that it's going to come down to whichever team makes the most plays and whoever protects the ball. At the end of the day, if you win the turnover ratio and make those big plays that are 50-50, like Coach said, you put yourself in a good position to win.
Deontay, how much can you take from last year's game in terms of how to slow Hackenberg down?
It's just a relentless pursuit of in pass rush. So we just got to rely on, as a defensive end, I got to understand that my D tackle is going to protect his lane and I'll protect mine. And just that consistent rush and that reliability on each other and that trust is something that we have to build upon. And we play around 8 to 10 guys a game, so it's going to be different combinations of D linemen. So we just got to trust that the guy next to us is going to make a play. And with a pocket passer, you have to be a little bit aggressive in your rush, and that's what we plan to do this week.
I guess this is for anyone who chooses to answer it, but after that bye week, do you guys feel like the team needed that extra break? And is it hard to get back into game mode after a week off?
I would say I think we definitely needed it. Playing 8 games straight's pretty tough, and we came out 6-2, which is pretty good so far. Obviously not where we want to be yet, but I think from a health standpoint, that's huge, and just mentally, just being able to get your mind back and refocus, regroup, and everything is nice. People might think you might lose momentum, but everyone seemed pretty excited to be here today, so I think we're ready to hit the ground running again.
Austin, the second half against Nebraska, what do you see from Clayton that kind of helped turn it around?
Clayton's a quarterback with a lot of composure, and I think that a lot of people have kind of picked up on that, and that kind of spreads out throughout the offense. And it could be 3rd and long, it could be 4th and short, 4th and long. Clayton, at least in the huddle, is a guy who has a lot of composure, and I think as he continues to grow, he's got that kind of Tom Brady-esque, cool, ice in his veins kind of thing that definitely helps. It definitely spreads out to the offensive line, to the wide receivers, running backs. There's still maturity. There's steps of maturity that he's got to take, but after a win like that, we all have more confidence in him, and I think he has more confidence in the wide receiver core as well.
Austin, can you talk a little about your journey from walk-on to where you are now?
Yeah. I was not heavily recruited out of high school and was blessed with the opportunity to get in here academically, and then they had a spot open for me on the football team. And I get in, and I actually had a hand injury within 2 weeks of my fall camp, and had surgery, so I missed a lot of the first season, and it's just been a process of just relentlessness. It's been a process of fighting, kind of an uphill battle to really earn your keep and to prove to your teammates, prove to your coaches that you can actually perform. And for not every guy, not every walk-on is as lucky as I was. I wasn't really hindered with injuries after that first one. So I've been able to really continue to grow and take physical steps as well as mental steps on the field. But journey's not over, I guess. So that's where we are so far now. But obviously, I look forward to how we're going to end this season and the years to come.
This is for all three of you guys. What was your favorite Halloween costume on the team from Friday's practice?
C.J. Robbins, Jordan, Kuhar, and Xavier dressed up as the Ninja Turtles. I thought that was pretty funny.
Oh, that's a tough one. I actually liked Christian Jones' costume. He was a pharaoh, so it was pretty funny to watch him with the headpiece and the headdress or whatever running routes out there. It was pretty funny.
Yeah. Connor Mahoney was Coach Fitz, and I think he must have got into Coach Fitz's closet because he had Coach Fitz's shirt on. But it wasn't only that. I mean, he had the impersonation down pretty well. I don't know if that got on video, but if you do have it. Yeah. Good impersonation.
It's at the point where you start to think about playing your final few games, and what sort of impact does that have on the seniors especially?
Well, the whole year for the seniors is incredibly important. And, one thing I remember I talked about at camp, actually, at the end of camp, you never know when your career is going to end. It could end short of 4 games, the 4 games we have left. So, the goal we've had pretty much since game 1 is to play every single game like it's your last, whether you're a freshman or you're a senior. And that's something that, I think the young guys really bought into this year. I brought it up in this room before, but an older guy told me to do that when I was a freshman, and it made a huge difference in how I played that year. And I think that the young guys this year are doing the same thing. So it makes it a lot easier to show up every single day as a senior and know you're going to have those guys, bust their butt for you every single day. So, that's kind of where we're at right now, just playing one game at a time and, soaking it all in.
How much have each of you guys paid attention to some of the bizarre plays that have happened this year in college football, Big Ten, as well as throughout college football, whether it's a blocked field goal or punter lateraling the ball or time management issues at the end of a game? How much do you guys go over that, and what are your general thoughts about it?
We pretty much go over that, probably once a week, right on Monday, after the weekend or whatever it is, whether it's college or pro games. But that's what's so exciting about college football. That's why it's so awesome. Things like that can happen, and really any other sport, crazy things like that don't happen every single weekend. And we pretty much had something crazy happen every single weekend so far this season. So that's what makes it exciting. That's why college football is so fun. It's cool for us to sit back and look at it and learn from it, and try to make the better side of those plays happen, but try to avoid the mistakes and stuff like that as well. So it's a big learning experience as well.
Yeah, there are definitely situations that you want to avoid. You can't script that kind of ending. That's what the excitement of live sports, college sports. But Coach Fitz asks us, what we learned from the weekend of football, and just as he would ask that after we played during a bye week, he also expects that we've been watching football, and we are. And even today in our meeting, he asked, what did you guys learn today from those kinds of things? And all over the room, guys, shouting out different things that we're learning from, and that obviously the coaches are paying attention to, so that we end up on the better half of plays like that.
Dan, I saw you accepted an invitation to play in the East-West Shrine game. Is that, first of all, when was that invitation extended to you, and what kind of opportunity is that for you?
It's going to be great. It's an opportunity to showcase myself and, hopefully play at the next level. I'm excited about it. But, right now I'm just trying to focus on this season. Just wanted to get that kind of out of the way and just focus on finishing out this season.